Huh?
Okay.
We can hear you now, sister.
Okay, good. Okay, everyone, dear brothers and sisters, and thank you for joining us, Brother Al and Sister Roseanne. Let us all begin chanting 3 ohms together, and then we'll have a brief prayer to get started. Om, Dear Swami, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for this wonderful opportunity to be together with Brother Al and Sister Roseanne and be guided through another meditation session, have our questions answered, learn yet more things about meditation the way you have taught us, and then meditate together with your blessing. We ask for your blessing, your love, and your grace. Om Sai Ram.
So nice to see everybody again. I'm going to make this a little louder. It's so nice to be with you all. Always grace we get to meditate together like this regularly, and it's quite a blessing to us. Helps us too. So we'd like to lead off tonight, and Roseanne's going to start with the theme, which is basically our mind, the desires and attachments, the body-mind, and how we're not the body-mind, and what's the basis of that life to life. It's not just the ego. There's something called the vasanas. So we're going to talk about how to actually work with all that and let it go. That's what we're going to, that's the theme for tonight. Okay. So Roseanne?
I'm going to read from Swami's birthday speech on his birthday in 1983. And we're going to approach this from a slightly different angle, because what he talked about was our bliss. Who we are is really bliss. So this is what he says. Ananda, for one, is in fact the very embodiment of ourself. But since we fail to identify this truth, we are seeking it from outside, from objects around us. And we've been doing this for many lifetimes, as Al said, with vasanas. Those are the tendencies that we have from life to life. And we're always thinking, if I have wealth, if I have knowledge, this will make me happy. And it gives us temporary happiness. And we keep building up these tendencies lifetime after lifetime. Swami said, the mansion of the millionaire may have many evidences of wealth, but each is a particle of the grace of Lakshmi. So we have this unawareness from lifetime to lifetime that we're much bigger and much more wonderful somebody who has to eat food and have things and get knowledge. But Swami says that who we are is really bliss. We are Ananda, supreme bliss. This means inside.
Audio, because our audio, what are your audio? We're going to
Yeah, we can hear now.
otherwise you can
Down, yeah.
mute. Everybody mute your mic and your sound, and hopefully you can hear. Okay, let's start again.
Okay. If you heard Al in the beginning, he was talking about vasanas. Those are the tendencies that we take from life to life. Each lifetime we add or subtract to these tendencies. So I'm reading from Swami's birthday 1983 talk, where he talks about we are the embodiment of Ananda, bliss, divine bliss. Ananda, for one, is in fact our very embodiment. That's who we are. We're not the body. We are bliss. So he says, there's people, we have always trying to get this bliss from the outside. So we have a tendency to think, oh, I need money, I need food, I need knowledge. And so what he says about, say, a rich person, he says, the mansion of a millionaire may have many evidences of his wealth, but each is a particle of the grace of Lakshmi. So we can look at things from a different way. And when we're meditating, we drop those tendencies. They come up in the mind, but it's easier when we're in a meditative state to just drop them because we're more in touch with the bliss of who we are. Okay. Ananda, supreme bliss, is immanent in everything. That's mean it's inside of everything in creation, not just people, but in everything. For Ananda is Brahman, the universal absolute. Everything is Sat, being. Chit, awareness or consciousness, and Ananda, bliss. That is to say, divine. Everything is. The isness is the Sat, being, capable of becoming. Next, about Chit, awareness, the capacity to be known and to know, to gain awareness. So this is our real self. We are awareness and being. Swami goes into this very deeply. He said, the yearning to know when we ask questions, this is Chit. When we're being, that is Sat. So Swami says, attain divine grace by purity of mind. However, all these urges have two aspects, the impression, internal, and the expression, external. Sat has, for example, the being and the becoming. The process of becoming is what the Gayatri prayer asks for. Awaken our intellect, heighten and expand our awareness, prachodhyat. Becoming is through expanding. So when Swami says, my life is my message, expansion is my life, he's talking about a process that we're learning, we're becoming aware. And while we're meditating, we become aware of the vasanas that are the old tendencies. And then in our awareness and our being, those can be looked at and they can be let go of. Swami said that Upanishads declare, He, God, is everything that exists both inside and outside, that all pervasive God is present within and without. Becoming is the reflection of the will that urged the being. So being is the screen and becoming the pictures that flit across the screen. When there are no pictures, who will be drawn to the screen? How can pictures be seen when there's no screen? The fleeting and the fixed are inextricably dependent on each other. The objective world is pictures impinging on the mind.
Let's pause for a minute and try to understand this in very practical terms. Everybody looks in the mirror in the morning, well, almost everybody. There's some people I understand don't ever look in the mirror. God bless you. But for those of us that do look in the mirror, where is what we see? Think about this a minute. Where is what we see? If you think about it really deeply, you'll find that what we see is in the mind. It's nowhere else. Everything we're seeing is in our mind through the senses. It does exist in the external world, but our experience of it is simply in our mind. And because it's the five senses that are perceiving everything we're seeing and experiencing, the five senses are the body, and the body and the mind are one. There's not two there. The body mind is automatically what we're born into. And with that, the five senses. Now, Swami says that meditation is going beyond the senses. Why does he say that? Because when we're meditating, we are going to a higher vibratory rate than our senses can perceive, than our senses can sense. We're going to a higher vibratory rate than our mind can comprehend. So basically the mind itself, and I'm even talking about the Buddhic mind, the higher mind, the lower mind, but especially the lower mind, vibrate at a certain frequency above which it can't function. So at a higher frequency, the lower mind drops away. And at one of the highest frequencies, the higher mind even drops away, the Buddhic mind. Swami gives us this affirmation. And he says, this will unbrainwash you. Then he says, I am the Dhobi, I wash everybody clean. And so really, we're washing our brain, but not brainwashing. We have been brainwashed by our parents, our teachers, the society, our, everybody since we've been born to think we're the body mind. And we have a name. Well, who were you last life? What's your name then? Swami says he knows the past of every one of us and the future. What's your name next life? If you're not going to be this name and form, who are you really? Who are we? Another question. This goes to attachments that keep our mind active. Attachments. We have all these attachments in this life. We have it to material items, our car, our music, maybe. We have attachments to doing bhajans and singing a certain bhajan a certain way. And we have attachments to the name and form of Swami, but it disappeared. He went back into the absolute. He'll appear to us if we want him to appear in Satya Sai Baba form. He'll do it. But that's not who he really is. He once said to us all, if you think I'm this body that you see, and this is all of me, you've missed the entire point. So same with us. So Swami gives us this affirmation, I am God. I am not different from God. I am the indivisible supreme absolute. Sat Chit Ananda. Truth, awareness, or consciousness. Consciousness comes from out of awareness, so I prefer awareness. Truth, awareness, bliss. Grief and anxiety can never affect me. Why? Because if you're God, how can grief and anxiety affect God in reality? I am God. I am not different from God. I am the indivisible, supreme, absolute, Sat Chit Ananda, truth, consciousness, bliss. Truth, awareness, bliss. Grief and anxiety can never affect me. I am ever content. Fear cannot enter me. I am God. I am not different from God. We are the raindrops that have evaporated from the ocean of the absolute. We're still the ocean of the absolute in raindrop form. And as we do our sadhana and our meditations and our spiritual practices and remember the name and chant the name, we will identify more and more with the ocean rather than the raindrop. These body minds are the raindrop. These desires and attachments are only out of body mind identification. We don't need that. Now, if you're younger than us, for instance, then if you're in your 20s and 30s, okay, you need a certain degree of motivation. You have to have certain divine desires, and you have to want to follow your destiny, and you have to have desires and a certain degree of attachment to your children. So you have a good family life, and all those things are very important to follow your dharma. But after family life, why not give all that up? Because within 20, 30, 40 years of family life, you're going to have to give it up anyway. So why not beat God to the game and give it up before? You have to give it up when you leave the body. So you can't take it with you. And the only thing we take with us is the love that we've given to others, that we've shared selflessly, no strings attached, unconditional love. And the forgiveness, because that's an act of love, that's an act of compassion. And loving all and serving all in the way that we do that. That's all that we can take with us. That's all we take with us. However, we do take with us our good deeds, our bad deeds, and the chain of karma that the vasanas are about. So think about this in terms of your own practical experience, because Swami's teachings are very, very practical. They're not that hard to put into practice. You just have to want to badly enough. Yeah, we have to want to break the habit that we've been brought up, how to think, how to act, what to say, what to do according to the material world and the world of work and family. We don't have to be that way because that's not who we really are. We have to have a biological body, so it's born into a family. That's the nature of things. That's nature. But says it's good to be born into a religion, but it's not good to die in one. He actually said it was narrow-minded. Identify, if you want to identify with a religion, that's great. But identify with the truth within all religions. Identify with the truth within all people. Identify with the truth in all cultures. Identify with the truth of all beings, the absolute, the ocean. And when we meditate, that's what we hope everybody experiences, because just talking about it is nothing. It's useless. If we don't experience it, if we don't use it to drive ourselves intensely inside to find the truth of who we really are. We are God. We are not different from God. So,
God is neither distant nor distinct from you. You are God. You are Sat Chit Ananda, being, awareness, and bliss absolute. You are Asti, being, Bhakti, awareness, and Priyam, bliss. You are all. When do you cognize this truth? When you shake off the delusions which hide the truth. If you're yearning to experience Brahmananda, the Satchidananda is sincere and pure. From this day, keep ever in your memory what I'm about to tell you. I am God. I am not different from God. Be conscious of this always. Keep it ever in mind. I am God. I am God. I am not different from God. Be reminding yourself of this. Pray that you may not fall in this sadhana. I am the Akhanda Para Brahman, the indivisible, supreme, absolute. This is the second truth to be established in the consciousness by unremitting repetition and prayer. I am Sat Chit Ananda, being, awareness, bliss. Grief and anxiety can never affect me. Develop this faith and convince yourselves that this truth, and by repeating it over and over, I am ever content. Fear can never enter me. Feel thus forever. Pray that this conviction grows stronger and stronger. Exhort yourself, O self, utter Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, the threefold symbol of Brahman. As the physical body is maintained healthy and strong by the 5 pranas or vital airs, these 5 prayers will endow you with the awareness of Brahman, which is the same as the status of Brahman itself.
ever since I've heard that, and I think Roseanne the same, which was about 1985, even though it's
83.
83 it came out, and then I heard it at 85. Roseanne's ahead of me in this, much more in 83, but I heard it in 85. So I didn't hear it in person. When I read it, I said, okay, that's it. This is the truth that's going to set me free. And since 85, that's all I've been saying to myself. And it works. That's the greatest thing about it. Swami promised if you ardently and intensely and sincerely with love follow my teachings, any part of it, any one thing, and you do your best at it, I'll do the rest. Don't worry. Don't be attached to the fruit. I'll give you what you need, and I will take care of you and your family. So how do we actually get to the intensity that type of necessity? How do we do that? We have to just remind ourselves. The mind is like the weather. It gets cloudy a lot and hides the sunshine of truth that resides within our hearts, that love that we are the embodiments of. And reality is, this is the reality. It's impossible to be alive without the truth of Aham Brahmasmi. It's impossible. You can't exist without the reality of we are one with God in the absolute, beyond name, beyond form. We are that. It's impossible to exist without that reality as the basis of our existence. However, the mind just says, no, I did this, I did that, I messed up in school, I messed up with my parents, I messed up with my family, I messed up in work, I messed up this way, I messed up that. This is all lies. These are all lies. The mind is good for one thing: remembering dates, remembering who you need to meet for lunch, remembering what numbers to add together so your checkbook balances, and that's it. That's all it's good for. But somehow it's like the blob. It just takes over everything. Don't give it energy. Don't believe it. The truth is you are the embodiment of love. That's our nature. Love is God. God is love. We are the embodiments of God. Prema Swarupas. Divya Swarupas. Atma Swarupas. As Swami has addressed us. And he does that for a reason. So don't worry if Swami isn't coming in your dreams or coming in your visions or giving you vibhuti or not, coming in your meditations or not. All of that is what Swami's in charge of. And he loves to ignore his devotees. He loves to test his devotees. How close are you to me? How much do you really believe what I say is true? He loves to keep a distance while he watches how we do, even in the worst circumstances, or the best circumstances, of course. Why? Because equanimity, praise and blame is all the same. In times of trouble, we have to have the same awareness as in the times of joy and pleasure. All of that is how Swami teaches us. You're in this circle of love that's called Satya Sai Baba organization. You're in the circle of Swami's divinity. You are at the top of the entire evolution of consciousness that we call from animal to human, or from God and goddesses, if some of you are that. Fine, doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat. Humans. We're all at that place where we have the avatar, God incarnate in our life for a reason. Because our job here is to spiritualize our little world that we live in. Our little circle of family and friends and work co-workers and even frenemies, because there isn't any such thing as enemies. Frenemies, I call them, because they teach us how to love unconditionally. There's no better lesson you can learn on this planet. Unconditional love. Love your enemies, said Jesus. Swami also said it. Love those who do harm to you, because it makes you strong. Your friends will make you strong. They love you no matter what. They tell you they're greatest on earth and you do this great thing. It's the people that say, boy, do you stink. You have the biggest ego going, and I can't stand being in your presence.
Love that, which somebody told us today. So love that. Wow, Swami, thank you. Okay, great. Be happy. If somebody tells you, oh, you're a terrible liar, you're a stinker, you're a hypocrite, you're this, you're that, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're incompetent, fantastic. Wow. Oh, Swami, thank you. You're testing me at this level. Wow. You must think I'm pretty good if you're testing me at this level to love unconditionally. How wonderful is that? Yeah, Swami, don't take the bait of the world, the material world, and it's all its lies. It's Maya, 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 illusion, no delusion. It's all lies. The world is the embodiment of the absolute, period. The entire universe, including each one of us, is in the body of God. The entire universe is the body of God. Not just the gross universe, the subtle universe and the subtler universe and the causal universe and everything that ever was created. But the fact of the matter, aham brahmasmi, I am God, I am not different from God. And we were never born and we will never die. Before the Big Bang, before all of creation, we are that. Believe it, because it's true. It's absolutely 100,000% true. And the way to that, love all, serve all. Love more deeply, love more, and more. And every piece of sadhana that we do, every step of the sadhana, the worship of idols and the worship of gods and goddesses, there's no such thing as idols, by the way. If you worship a stone, God comes forth from that stone. If you worship God in a certain form, in a certain name, God comes forth as that name and form. God will come forth. If you believe God's in there, God will come forth from within it. So there's no such thing as the material world. It's God in different forms, in different names. So you believe God's everywhere, and therefore I am that. And that will be your reality. You'll begin to dream about it. You'll begin to live it in the day, the night. People come to you at night in your dreams, and beside, the 7 types of dreams. And one of them is you're working on the inner plane with the souls on the other side, saying, everything's God. So are you. We teach here, we teach there. We share what Swami teaches us here, there, in the night, in the day, everywhere, all the time. And of course, we're releasing our stress at night too in certain dreams. There's that process too. But there's 7 different types of dreams. One of them where Swami comes in a dream, he said, you can never invent me. When I come in your dream, it's really me. That's another type of level of dream. So we can go on and on and on with this, but we want to meditate tonight. So I just want to look at my notes and see if I covered the most important points. Let's see me.
So when you're meditating or when you have a thought, when you're walking around anytime, you just go back to I'm God, I'm not different from God.
Now, listen, when you start really taking this Swami's teaching seriously and saying to the mind, hey, guess what? I'm just going to watch you. I'm going to watch my thoughts and feelings because I'm not my thoughts and feelings. I'm not my body. I'm just going to watch the whole thing. And I'm going to be the witness of that. And then the higher mind is watching the lower mind. The Buddhic mind is watching the ego mind. And then what happens next? The ego mind, the lower mind, dumps all its subconscious stuff into your conscious mind. So for a while, it feels like you're in a hurricane or a tornado or a storm, and every negative thought you've ever had is going through your head. And it's really a release. It's a purification process. The purification process goes from subconscious to preconscious to conscious. The preconscious and the subconscious make the unconscious. It goes from unconscious awareness to conscious awareness. And that includes all the stuff in your vasanas, all the lifetimes. And it becomes like you're wrestling with the desires and you're wrestling with the attachments of so many lifetimes. Oh, I'm a mother, I have babies, I have to watch out for them. Yes, you do, but God watches out for them when they're adults. I have to protect them. Yes, we do. And God will protect them too. Believe it, because God is the doer of everything. So when that purification process happens, we're in a storm. Don't succumb to the storm. Don't give up in the middle of the blizzard. Keep walking to home. Don't freeze to death in the middle of the storm. Swami guaranteed us moksha, full moksha, full aham brahmasmi. He said, you say my name, in any name, any form, chant the name. If you want to go beyond the name and form, go into Om, the name of God, of the Absolute. And then go to the source of Om. And that's who you'll find inside your own self. That's the truth that sets us free. When we do it in a loving way, Swami's very happy. And if we love all and serve all in the process, he's even happier. Let's meditate.
All right, so check and make sure you're sitting up straight. Get comfortable. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Don't open your eyes until the meditation's finished, because that brings us back into body awareness. Take in a deep breath of God. Hold it a second. And breathe out. Breathe in again. Hold it. And exhale. Let all the tension of the body leave. The mind that was trying to understand Swami's words, all those complicated words, just let it go. He is the Sat Chit Ananda within us. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. And all tension leave the body. Just feel relaxed and alert. Breathe in again. Feel alive, alert. Breathe out all darkness, all tiredness. Let it go. Just let it disappear. Breathe in again. Hold it. And just breathe out all tiredness. Let it go with all the thoughts and all the feelings of the day. Just let them disappear in this divine breath. Then just breathe on your own for a few minutes and just let the day disappear with each breath. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the breath gently. Breathe in. Hold it a second. Breathe out. Keep on breathing. All your concentration there. Let God breathe through you, filling us with this wonderful life force. You're fully energized. And just letting go of the day. If any thoughts come up, just look at them. Worries about the future, regrets about the past. Just give them to Swami. Everything is Him. Everything is God. We don't have to go up and down with the mind and the feelings. Our real self, our awareness is just loving us. No matter what happened, and what happened during the day, just watch from this beautiful awareness, Satchitananda. All of that is, the past is gone, has nothing to do with us. The future doesn't exist. Become aware, the one watching lovingly, the mind and the feelings, and everything dissolve in this beautiful love. Just let Swami love us. And awareness is not different from a divine Sai Baba. He's always there. So let Him love us. Let the boundary that our mind is set up between us, let it just dissolve in this love, in this awareness. There is no boundary. There's no separation between us and God. We are God. We are not different from God. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. There's nothing else. Let all boundaries dissolve in this love, this knowing. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am Sat Chit Ananda. Truth, consciousness, bliss. I am the truth. I am awareness. Awareness of the divinity that I am. Talk to yourself. Let yourself contemplate. Use the mind to contemplate on who we really are. Sat Chit Ananda, the indivisible, supreme, absolute. Talk to yourself. This is who we are. Contemplate on who we really are. I am God. I am not different from God. If the mind says, oh, on my foot it hurts, the divine mind says, I am not the body. I am infinite oneness. If the feelings say, oh, I made such a big mistake, everyone will think I'm stupid. Say, I'm not the feelings. I am God. I am Sat Chit Ananda. Truth. Let all that disappear. Let it all dissolve. All the mechanisms of the mind, let them dissolve. They have no reality. If the mind says, oh, that person said the wrong terminology, I know better. You just say, we are all one. There's no words that can describe God. I am the infinite, supreme, absolute. Thoughts come in, see them in this divine consciousness. Let them dissolve. They have no reality. And slowly, as the strings that make the cloth of the mind are pulled one by one, the mind disappears.
Focus at the top of the head. 7th chakra, wearing a crown of light, like the sun shining upon you. Automatically, the whole of this temple of the body fills with light, each cell, each atom. You may not be able to see it, but it is its reality. So just focus on the top of the head and let all the thoughts go, let all the feelings go, let all the world go. You can take it back later if you want. Letting it go means not giving it any energy. Being the witness of it and then letting go and going beyond. Let the mind dwell on Om or any name and form of God if you like, while focusing at the top of the head. This will help. Om is the raft that takes us across the sea of Maya. The name of God in any form, any name. All forms and names are the oars of that raft, the sails of that raft, the winds of that raft as it crosses the sea of Maya. Be with the Om in the name of God if you like. Focusing at the top of the head, crown of light, of love, the light of love. Let it flood this temple. All these temples are one. If the mind reappears, never mind the mind. Just come back gently, easily, and effortlessly, or even with a laser beam focus of strength and willpower. Ikta Shakti, willpower. Focus on reality. I am that I am. Om, I am I. the one eye within all beings, the one truth of love that sets us free. Go deeper, try harder, ask God's grace if it's difficult. Love more. These are the tools to find the golden treasure within you. God. He, she is there. The mother, father of us all is there. Beyond the mind, I am that I am. Swami, grant us your grace, your love. We are sincerely and intensely trying to find the truth within us of you. Truth of the embodiment of love, you. Grant us your grace, Swami. Come, set us free. Mukti do, mukti do, mukti do. Whatever the cost, set us free. Mukti do, mukti do, mukti do. Whatever the cost. Bhakti do, mukti do. Prema do. Set us free. Don't be afraid. Fear is just false evidence appearing real. Snake is only a rope. Snake in the night is only a rope in the day. It's all God, nothing else, nothing else, no one else. Everywhere, everything, everyone. It's all God, all beings, all things. The ocean of love. Mukti do Swami. Sharanagati Swami. Koti pranams Mukti do. Sharanagati. Set us free. Hum Brahmasmi. I am that I am. Expand, because this God within you cannot be contained by a physical form. It is within you and expanding through the transparent boundaries of the body, through the top of the head. Expand, let the fountains overflow of love. The fountains of God overflow. Through the room you're in, the community you're in, the world you're in, the universe you're in. All is God. All is the light of love. Om. All is the embodiment of consciousness. Om. I am I. Om. I am I. Swami says, what's my name? The students all guess. He says, wrong. My name is I am I. Truth. Om. Don't think Swami is separate from you. There's no separation in the oneness of love. No oneness of the absolute, the ocean of love, there is no separation. God is the only doer because you are God. All the Maya, let it drop off right now. Don't wait for some other lifetime or some other moment. Do it now. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. All the desires, all the attachments, let them go. You don't need any of it. Nothing is there that can hold us back from the truth of love. I am that I am. Keep letting go into that. Don't be afraid. What is yours, God will give to you. This is who you really are, the source of the Om, the source of consciousness is awareness, the absolute. Before the Big Bang, we are that. We were never born and we will never die, says Krishna to Arjuna, says Swami to all of us. Says Satya Sai Baba, says Shirdi Sai Baba, and now Prema Sai Baba. We'll hear soon, we'll say it too. We were never born and we will never die. That means before all of creation, we are that. Om, I am that I am. Om, I am that I am. Before everything that is, we are that. Om, I am that I am. Keep driving home. Keep driving, digging deeper, deeper into the truth. I am that I am. The source of all creation. Source of this body, mind, life, and everything before it. Oh, I am that I am. Beyond the experiences, beyond the personality, beyond the ego, separate self-doership. I am that I am. Oh. Brahmasmi. Dig deeper. Let go of everything you think you are. Everything you think you are not. The mind cannot comprehend reality. Just rest in the truth of awareness. The fact that you exist means you have pure 100,000% awareness within you. Just rest in that. Just be. Just be the truth of who you really are. Love more and it'll get you there. Keep loving God deeper, deeper, deeper. Mukti Do Swami. Mukti Do Swami. Sharanagati, I surrender all that I think I am to you. Mukti Do Swami. If your mind is still active, try holding your breath. The mind cannot be active when you hold your breath. Then you'll feel the reality beyond the body, the truth of love. Mukti Do Swami. Prema Swarupas. Love is God. God is love. Om. Go deeper. Don't give up. Go deeper. Real enlightenment starts small and grows. Each and every day comes longer, more. Comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, and the coming is longer than the going. And then one day it stays forever. Mukti Do Swami. Mukti Do. Keep letting go of the mind, coming back to truth. Keep wrestling with the attachments and desires by letting them go, not reacting to them, not getting frustrated with it. Just keep digging. Om. Namo Narayana. Om. Sri Sai Ram. Om. Hare Krishna. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jesus. Om. All comes from the Om. The Om comes from God. I am that I am. No longer the wave, but the ocean itself. Think that way. No longer the wave, I am the ocean of love that is God. Om. If the mind reappears, follow your heart. Your mind can never take you there, it can only cooperate. The heart knows the truth of love. Soul resides in the heart. Soul, causal love, causal light, body, always one with God. Dig deeper. The soul came from God. Go beyond the causal body. You are not any of these bodies. You are that. Swami tells us, you are God. You are not different from God. You are the indivisible, supreme, absolute Satchitananda. Truth, awareness, bliss, peace, love. Source of the light. Om. Keep digging deeper. Don't give up. Don't get tired. Om Namah Shivaya. Hare Krishna. Om Durga. Mahaprabhati. Om. Namo Namo. Amaha. Om. Om Jaya Durga Mahadevi Namo Namaha. Om Shalom. Om. Om Jesu Christe. Om Shiva Shakti. Om. Om. God bless everyone. When you get there, bless everyone. See everyone in this light of love. So-called frenemies, so-called strangers, so-called family, so-called friends, so-called acquaintances. It's all God. See everyone in the light of God. When you get there, share it, love all and serve all. Love is your form. Your life is Swami's message. Your love is Swami's gift to humanity and all beings. Oh, Prema Swarupas. Namo Namah. Feel the truth that sets you free in all beings. Free. Swami says on earth, perfect balance exists, full liberation. Swami has said it's the only place in the universe where it's the perfect balance. That's why Avatar comes. Truth of love sets us free. God is the only doer. Thy will be done. Love is your form, truth is your breath, bliss is your food. Your life is his message, expansion is your life. No reason for love, no season for love, no birth, no death. Prema Satya Ananda Dharma Shanti Ahimsa Shri Sai Satya Sai Prema Sai Jai Jai Shri Baba Satya Baba Prema Baba Jai Jai. Love is your form, truth is your breath, bliss is your food. Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanasarva Prachodaya. Om Swami. Feel his grace. Father Mother's grace, Shiva Shakti grace. Feel it. Swami's grace is with each and every one of you. Swami's love is within each and every one of you, surrounding each and every one of you. All of us, all the time. God's love in us and all around us, with us. Om. So breathe it in. Be aware of where you are in your consciousness right now and just rest in that. Don't leave it out there somewhere. So when you start to come back into these temples of the body, to the altars of the heart, the eternal flame of love, bring it tangibly into these temples so that we may live each and every moment, love in action, loving all, serving all, being all, every moment, love in action. Love through action, dharmic, truth, in action, thought, word, and deed. We pray, Swami, all you. Love through us, live through us, breathe through us, act through us, feel through us, sing through us, speak through us, think through us, serve all through us. Hum Brahmasmi. So breathe that awareness back into these temples. And as we come back in, let us own that all beings may live in the light of love and that awaken to the light of love within them, and live that light of love. Each and every prayer is like adding a grain of sand to the beach. Eventually, the beach is full. Never doubt that. Pray all beings have prosperity, happiness, perfect health, God awareness, peace on earth. God's peace on earth, the kingdom of God on earth, for which Prema Sai Baba has incarnated. Think of all your friends and family, whoever comes to mind, see them in this great, wonderful bliss of love, perfect in every way. See the world perfect in every way. See yourself perfect in every way. God bless everyone. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Bo Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ki Jai Jai. All forms, all names, and the absolute for which they embody. Jai. Thank you, God. Thank you, Swami. Thank you, everyone. Take your time opening your eyes, 2 to 3 minutes at least, with eyes closed before opening them, to transition back from meditational consciousness, transcendent consciousness, God consciousness, everyday waking state, God in human form consciousness. Take your time. So if anybody would like to share the experience or any thought about what they experienced or anything, free to open your mic and speak.
It was very peaceful and very relaxing for me, except and I've had this problem before. I get a tickle in my throat and I start coughing, and it brings me back to the senses, and I don't know how to get over that. The more I try to get over it, the more I get a tickle, and it's like a scratch, and I have to cough. So what can I do?
Fifth chakra. So that's purification of the fifth chakra, that you're opening up and letting go whatever issue, relation, social interrelation, create, all those things are in the fifth chakra. So what if I starts doing that, drink some.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
May I share something? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? But I can't hear you guys. I just want to say something, this, every time I attend, it's wonderful. It's very peaceful and joyful. And you do a great job of talking about Baba's teaching to us and how important it is. But there's one thing I find distracting. When you actually start the meditation, there should be a little bit less talking, because then my mind goes to what you're saying to me rather than enjoying the bliss of awareness itself, because mind listens to you and your wife. So that is distracting to me. At that time, there shouldn't be much talking or very little talking. That's how I feel. Please forgive me if that is wrong. And I can't hear you right now for some reason.
In any question, in some words that we use are just guidelines for people to help their minds focus. But when you get beyond the guideline, when you get beyond, like you're saying, the words that we're using are distracting, go beyond the words, leave them behind. Put the volume down, whatever you need to do. And we can't hear you. If you unmute, we can hear you.
I think that's a good idea. At that time, I'll mute you, because I want to experience the bliss of awareness and not listen. Thank you.
Not just about the bliss. Now, beyond name, beyond mind, that state is bliss. That is.
Yes, I do fully feel that. But to me, it's better if I don't listen to anything when I'm in that full state of awareness, because I don't need it. Right up.
What Swami said, concentration, then and then meditation, which is beyond the mind, which is this is it, give the else meditations are, they're not, you know, leave contemplation to mindless state, then you don't need to hear our words. Our words are only for people to be able to concentrate if their mind goes, off the meditation. But it's better not to have the words.
Right. And also, you know, I was with Swami in a meditation that Phyllis Crystal led, and Swami actually meditated. I mean, he closed his eyes with everybody else and meditated. And it was wonderful. I mean, it was incredible. But the fact of the matter is, Phyllis spoke through the whole thing, and Swami, in that way, expressed support of that. And the reason for it was, when we're meditating, if we still have a lot of vasana activity or karmic activity, every time the stress is released or the karmas are released through deep meditation, the mind starts thinking other things. So you can be in the absolute, then thrown out in a second because the karmas get released, and then the mind kicks up and it brings us into Disneyland or castles in the sky. And that's all more delusion. So the words that we use are to focus back into the absolute for those people that are experiencing that. And you're not, because you're very pure. You've gone beyond world and you can easily meditate. So you don't really need our words so much. Once you're in the bliss of the absolute and you stay there, that's it. That you've arrived. You don't need the words.
Right.
Sai Ram, waking up a lot today, actually. So did Sai Prasanna sister say that. So I'm not able to catch all your words, but I wanted to say I'm one of the people who appreciates your talk. You explained something today that I find very helpful. So thank you very much. I very often go through this where there's an intense period of, say, Swami's work. I teach SSC. And I'm very involved and focused on Swami's work. And then the day after that, when there is no focus, I feel like I'm going mad. And I cannot control my thoughts at all. They're all over the place. Sometimes I get physically sick. I think I'm going crazy. And I can't believe what's happening after all these years of knowing Swami and his teachings. And this happens after there's been a retreat or an Akhanda Bhajan, it's so consistent. It's like, oh my God, how many lifetimes of asanas do I still have? So today, the way you explained it about, having those sort of thoughts going all over as a purification, kind of intuitively knew that, but it was good to hear that reason being spoken about. So thank you. And I hope I can hear what you say now.
Is that we've been meditating, Roseanne and I, for almost 45, 50 years. And still we have thoughts at times in meditation. And so, okay, get back to the deal. But even Swami said the yanis and the yogis, they have thoughts. They don't pay any attention to them at all. They have feelings. They don't pay any attention to them at all.
So that's the trick, not identifying with them. It's hard.
Right, but it gets easier, and I think it's in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, like a person who's been very, doing sadhana for a long time, it's like they can just sort of blow away the smoke easily, whereas for some people they have to like scrub a pot. And then he said other people, they, it's like it's so thick that the illusion, that they would have to be born again to really get past it. But the people that meditate a lot, it's just like the smoke, you just blow it away and it's gone.
I used to meditate, and a few of us, like Cass Smith, I don't know if you know Cass Smith, but a few of us, Michael Hollander, myself, Cass, a few of us, and Roseanne, we used to sit in darshan. We wouldn't move. Like we would sit in darshan, Swami would give darshan, everybody would get up, we'd stay there right through to bhajan. And then in the evening, same thing. We'd start with darshan at 4, we wouldn't leave until 6, and we'd meditate. And often when we did that, Swami would come up to us and give us Padnamaskar. He'd walk up to us and just give us Padnamaskar and walk away.
Not on the ladies' side.
Oh, too many ladies. There's like 3 times as many women as men. At least there used to be.
But it was nice sitting there. We just sit, just stay instead of eating breakfast.
So, and thank you all for meditating together tonight. We really appreciate that you take the time and make the commitment and persevere. Perseverance furthers. All Swami says, you just have to have patience, perseverance, persistence, and love, and then you'll be there in this lifetime. Don't wait for another. This is it. This is the big show. Then we can come back if you want. Help Prema Sai Baba establish. No. The one who's firmly established in the absolute says, no way, I'm not coming back here.
Which is fine.
The one who thinks my words are distracting, and when she's in the bliss of the absolute says, I'm not coming back here. No way.
Good meditation.
Good for you.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice-
Saira.
Thank you so much, everyone. So, Sai Prasanna, take it away. Close it off.
Instead, get into the ocean of bliss. You know how you float when you swim and you just forget everything. It was just like that. It was so beautiful getting into the ocean. I felt really energized. Now I'll invite Sister Anusha to say the closing prayers.
Before the prayer, I do have to say one thing. I am a very novice, for meditation, and my attention span is probably about 15 to 20 minutes, I'll be honest. But the thing that makes me want to come back and do it over and over again is Brother Al and Sister Roseanne's motivation. Every time they will end with that saying, don't give up. It's okay. Whatever you do, don't give up. I think for that, I am so grateful. So I think that is the little bit of dose of motivation, that encouragement that all the novice like me, we need. So, but thank you all. So we'll do a small closing prayer to Swami. And then we'll see you all next month. I know there is a link posted in the chat window. Cypress and Auntie posted. Please go ahead and fill it out. We are collecting your email addresses just to keep in touch. Feel free to share the link with other people who might be interested also. We want to keep the meditation session going. We draw inspiration from each other. We all motivate each other. So the more, the merrier. So, dear Swami, we are so eternally grateful for this opportunity that you have given us to gather in your name, in your holy presence, Swami, to continue this meditation session along with the guidance of Brother Ab and Sister Roseanne. We are so incredibly thankful, Swami. Please continue to guide us. Remind us every day that we are God, and help us see that God and divinity in everybody, in everything around us. Let us all spread that light and love of your Swami to everyone around us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Ram. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Ram.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Prasanna. Sai Ram, Prasanna.
Saira. Prasanna, how can I give you my email so you can directly email me the Zoom?
Thank you all. Sai Ram, if you haven't given your email address, could you please Click on the link and then provide your email address. I can post the link again.
Can we see on the computer?
The chat, sister.
Yes, Anna?
Yeah, if you get to the chat, you can see it.
Can you put it me in on the computer?
To open the chat window, you'll see the link. Or you can type it in the chat. Can you hear me?
Yes. I can't hear you. You got it? Sai Prasanna.
Got it, sister. Thank you. Brother Vinay, did you submit too? If you didn't, you can give it to me now. Or
Raman Gandhi, I gave it to you. Rani, got it? Thank you. Thank you, Sai Prasanna. You are asking me, Bete? No, I am not.